Yes, boys and girls, hope all of you are doing well today. We are here for the Chelsea versus Brighton preview in the Premier League tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. Normally, you'd think you'd be going into this game with a bit of confidence, saying, you know what, Brighton are a decent team, but we're Chelsea, we're Chelsea Football Club. It's at Stamford Bridge. It should be the 3 points on the day. Not today. Not today, boys. And circumstances, lots of news has broken out today coming from Enzo Maresca's press conference in regards to injury news. And we've heard all sorts of reports from multiple journalists about like Enzo Maresca's future and like leaks, whether they're true or not, about like people not being happy with Enzo Maresca behind the scenes. I watched Eunice's video. He said there could be a storm coming, which isn't ideal. But we're going to get into that. Make sure you guys do smash the like button and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow this page as quick as we can. I'm going to be going to Stamford Bridge tomorrow, not to actually sit in Stamford Bridge and watch the game, but I'm going to be watching at a pub on the King's Road. Hopefully, do my fan cam outside there. So we'll see after that. But in regards to the injury news, I think the main breaking piece of news, Cole Palmer is going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Enzo Maresca did confirm that. It's a groin injury. It's a groin issue. He didn't train yesterday. He hasn't trained in a while, I think, since the United game. Obviously, he came off injured during that game. He's going to be missed 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully, he's going to come back after the international break, which should be coming. We played Brentford. So in 2 more games, I think, and then we got the international break. So he should be coming back after that. It's up to Enzo Maresca to find a solution what we're going to do in terms of the creative midfielder role, because I mean he does have options, to be fair. In the attacking position, we aren't as scarce as our defence at the moment. I'd say I'll get onto that in a second, as I say. But Cole Palmer is a massive loss, considering we struggled to score a goal against Man United, and even when you watch us against Lincoln, we just didn't look great at all, and that was without Cole Palmer. It's going to be a big miss, but we're going to have to make do. You get these injuries sometimes, but it doesn't stop there. The injuries do not stop there. Sadly, we go into the defensive issues. Tosin is out injured. Which is one of our centre backs. Already. Tosin is out injured, and he's one of our most used centre backs this season so far. Even though he wasn't in the best of form, he's still going to be a massive loss. So that is not great news. I can't remember what the injury actually was, and I can't remember how long he's going to be out for. It might not be as long as Palmer, but he's going to be out for this game, which is not great news. But it doesn't stop there. Wesley Fofana is going to be missing 12 days apparently due to the concussion he picked up against Lincoln. Now, 12 days isn't that long. I think that means he's going to miss. He's going to miss Brighton tomorrow. He's going to miss Benfica. And he's going to miss, is it Liverpool we've got next week? I might be wrong, I have to check that. But Fofana's two centre-halves out. And what makes this whole thing hilarious is how we go back to the summer window and the fact that we didn't sign one centre-back. And I went into the window 1 and 2. And that was before the Levi Colwill injury. So we've got Colwill's injured at the moment. He's going to miss most of the season. Tosin's out. And Fofana's out. The 3 of our best centre-backs are all out. So that means literally by default, we're going to get onto the starting 11 in a second, but by default, the only 2 centre-halves we have fit, or that should be starting, are, in fact, fit, because I don't think Badiashile is fit to start yet, will be Chalobah and Josh Achimpong. World champion squad, guys. We're playing 2 centre-backs by default. What a Champions League squad. Honestly, it is quality. It is amazing. Listen, injuries you can't predict. You can't predict when injuries are going to happen, and it's been unlucky. But sometimes you have to anticipate injuries. Like Badiashile is an injury. Whether or not he's good enough is one thing, but he's also an injury-prone defender. Disasi, we know he's on his way out. He's probably not going to play for Chelsea again. And then we know Colwill's out. Chalobah, Tosin, okay. And then we look after that. You've got Fofana, who is also injury-prone. And then Josh Achimpong, who's good, but he's still developing. He's only 18 years old. That is the centre back that the world champions have when we're supposed to be competing for the title this season. Oh dear. So that is the injury news, and it is not good. It is not good. This transfer window is really coming back to bite us now. It's why I gave it a 4 out of 10, because we didn't address the defence at all. We signed Hato, that's it. Didn't sign a keeper. And in hindsight, we could have done with a keeper now because Jorgensen did not look good against Lincoln. And Sanchez, even despite a promising start to the season, screwed us against Manchester United. Well, I think it was mostly on Maresca, but he had a part to play in that game with that stupid decision and the red card. So the starting 11 is going to be, it's not going to be pretty, guys. It's not going to be pretty. And this is why I'm going to this game with no confidence. Even if we had all these players fit, I'd still be a bit like, oh, Brighton could be a potential for a banana skin. But now without all these players fit, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. And we're out the top 4 at the moment. If we don't win tomorrow, it's going to be concerning. We'll be falling into a top 4 race and we'll be behind. So I think we're already at the title race anyway. I've said this on my last video after the Man United game. I think we're already at the title race. I think we've dropped too many points. And if you actually watch us as well, we just don't look that convincing. Like, I'll go through the games. Palace couldn't get the 3 points. West Ham, yes, we look good, but at the same time, you have to take into account how bad West Ham are. You look at the Graham Potter pictures going around, like the West Ham fans want him out. He's going viral there. You go on to it. You go Fulham. You could say we got let off by VAR, and then Brentford to concede last minute in the way we did, and then Manchester United. Don't need to talk about that game. So it is really not looking good, but just got to do what we got to do. But if we actually, I guess if we move into the starting 11, I'll get it up now. So this would be the formation, obviously. In goal, he's back from suspension, Mr. Robert Sanchez, and God forbid he does anything stupid like he did against Manchester United again. Also, just realised I hadn't added it to the stage. So yeah, Robert Sanchez starts in goal, and then we move into right back. I would go with Reece James because I think we need our captain in a game like this. We need to be defensively solid. We can't afford to give up any chances. And a lot of our defenders out. We need to have some sort of defensive stability. And I think Reece James is just a bit more defensively solid than Malo Gusto. Not saying Malo Gusto is poor because he's not. And I think he's actually started off the season quite well. But I'd like to see Reece James start in this game. I would like to see it. Especially against wingers like Minter as well. And Matoma, he's going to be a tricky winger to obviously defend against. We're going to need him. The centre-backs, as I say, by default, it's these two. Go Trevor Chalobah, and we go with Josh. If he's even on here? I don't think he's on here, to be fair. Nope, he's not on there. Well, you guys know who that would be. That would be Josh Achiempong. Yeah, sorry, he's not coming up. And then left back has to be Cucurella. I don't want to see Hato. I've not been impressed with him in his few performances in the Chelsea shirt. And I think a lot of Chelsea fans could agree with me on that. And Cucurella is probably one of, if not the best left backs in the league. As I kept saying, we need defensive stability, as much defensive stability as we can get. As I say, our hands are tied in the centre back department, but the full backs, we do have options. The midfield. I don't know about you lot. I'm dropping Enzo Fernandez. I just think even against Lincoln, they bullied him. They walked all over him, in my opinion. And he hasn't been in form at all this season. I know he's got 2 goals and 2 assists, or a goal and 2 assists, something like that. But he's not been convincing at all. So Caicedo has to play because he's Moises Caicedo. And then I would start Andre Santos. Again, is he not on here either? Oh, he is. So, yeah, I would start with Andre Santos. I think he looked good against Lincoln. He looked okay when he came on against Manchester United. There's only so much he could have done in that game. And there's a bit of a poor situation for him to be thrown into. But he looked okay. So I want to give him a start. And as I say, Enzo Fernandez needs to be on the bench. He needs to hold the bench until he gets back up to form. Because we gave him the benefit of the doubt at the start of the season. He might have just not been fit enough. But it's been 5 games now. He's had quite a few games to get up to speed. And he just hasn't looked convincing. So I'm dropping him. We go into the number 10 role. Again, I would start. I don't think he's going to be on here. Nope, he's not on here. That would have been Willian Esteval. I'd start him in the number 10 as opposed to the right wingers due to the options. Buenanotte, even if I wanted to start him, can't play tomorrow because it's against Brighton, his parent club. So we start Willian Esteval. And then right wing, I would go with Pedro Neto again, because if Esteval's going to be playing in the number 10, then Neto is our only option on the right wing. So I'm picking this team by default, guys. I'm actually picking this team by default. Left wing, I would go Garnacho, give him his first Premier League start against Brighton. I know he didn't look great against Lincoln, but I want to see how he does in the Premier League before I make any judgments. And I know in theory that doesn't make an awful lot of sense because Lincoln are a lower league side. You think he'd have a better game, but still, I want to see how he does. And then up front, now so I did this on my TikTok. Someone came up with a good idea and saying put João Pedro in the 10 and then play Mark Yu, which isn't a bad idea at all, to be honest. And it is an option. I personally would go with what I've got and I'd start João Pedro up front just because I think he's a bit more proven up front than Mark Yu. But Mark Yu does need to get some minutes. I hope he comes on in this game in the second half. Maybe he does need to get minutes. Otherwise, it was pointless recalling him back from loan. It was pointless. But that'd be my starting 11. So we've got Sanchez in goal. We've got James. We've got Chalobah. We've got Cucurella. Obviously, that would be at Josh Achimpong. We've got Santos, Caicedo. That'd be Esteval in the 10. We've got Neto, Garnacho, and Pedro, which is far from our strongest team. But with injuries, it's all we've got. It's all we've got. So that'd be it. Now, if we're going for a score prediction, I don't want to be that guy. Something tells me we're going to lose 2-1 tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I just don't have a good feeling about tomorrow at all. So we shall see. But let me know your score predictions in the comments. Let me know who you'd start in this game. But I'm not confident at all, boys. But thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.